Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Master Tech Academy. I'm excited to have you here today as we dive into an incredibly powerful and versatile technology that's transforming how we create user interfaces across multiple platforms. Today, we are going to cover Chapter 2, the architecture of adaptive cards. In this chapter, we'll explore the fundamental building blocks that make adaptive cards work seamlessly across different platforms. What we'll cover, 1 minute, we'll break down 4 essential concepts. First, card host versus card author. We'll understand the difference between who creates the cards and who displays them. Think of it as the content creator versus the platform that shows the content. Second, card renderer and payload. We'll see how your JSON card definition gets transformed into actual UI elements that users can interact with. Third, JSON-based structure. We'll explore why adaptive cards use JSON format and how this simple, readable structure makes cards portable across platforms. Finally, host config and custom styling. We'll learn how each platform maintains its own look and feel while still displaying your cards consistently. Why this matters, 30 seconds. Understanding this architecture is key to mastering adaptive cards. It explains why you can write a card once and have it look native in Teams, Outlook, or any other host application. So let's dive in and explore how these components work together to create the magic of adaptive cards. Adaptive cards are designed to provide a flexible, consistent, and platform-agnostic way of displaying rich UI content. To understand how adaptive cards work under the hood, it is important to look into their architecture. The architecture can be thought of as the foundation that governs how cards are created, shared, and rendered across multiple platforms and applications. At a high level, adaptive cards consist of 3 main components. 1. Card author, the one who designs and writes the card definition. 2. Card host, the application or environment where the card is displayed. 3. Card renderer and payload, the engine and data that make the card visible to end users. In this chapter, we will explore these concepts in depth. The card author is the entity, person, bot, or system responsible for designing and providing the card payload. The payload is a JSON-based schema that defines the structure, layout, and content of the card. Role of the card author O defines the card's visual structure, e.g., headers, images, buttons, text. O specifies interactions, e.g., submit, actions, open URL, toggle visibility. O ensures the card adheres to the adaptive card schema specifications. Examples of card authors. OA developer designing a customer feedback form card. OA chatbot that dynamically generates adaptive cards based on conversation context. OA backend system that pushes alerts in card format, e.g., task reminders. In short, the author controls what the card looks like and what data it contains, but not how it will appear on different platforms. The card host is the application or service where the adaptive card is rendered and displayed to end users. Role of the card host: O accepts the card payload provided by the author. O uses the adaptive card renderer, SDK, to display the card natively within its UI. O handles user interactions, e.g., when a button is clicked, it decides what action is performed. Examples of card hosts: O Microsoft Teams shows cards in chat messages. O Outlook renders cards inside emails. O Windows Timeline or Cortana showing reminders as cards. O Custom Applications using Adaptive Card SDK for iOS, Android, or web. Each host has the freedom to define its own host config, a set of styling and rendering rules, e.g., fonts, colors, padding, that match the look and feel of the host application. The payload is a JSON object that describes your card's UI elements and their behavior. It's like a recipe that any host application can follow to create the visual card you see on screen. What makes this powerful is that the payload only defines what should appear, the content and structure, but not the final styling. That's left up to each host to apply their own look and feel. Every adaptive card payload follows the same basic structure with 5 key components. Let's look at a simple example. Here we have a basic welcome card with a text block in the body that says, "Welcome to Adaptive Cards," with bold, large styling. First, the schema. The $schema property defines which adaptive card schema we're using. This ensures compatibility and validation. Second, the type. The type property identifies this as an adaptive card. This tells the renderer what kind of object it's dealing with. Third, the version. The version specifies which schema version we're using, like 1.4. This ensures the renderer knows which features are available. Fourth, the body. This is where the magic happens. The body array contains all your UI elements: text blocks, images, input fields, containers. Think of it as the main content area of your card. Finally, actions. The actions array defines how users can interact with your card. This could be submit buttons, links to open URLs, or actions that show additional cards. Ever wondered how a single piece of data can look perfectly native across Teams, Outlook, or any mobile app? The secret lies in something called the card renderer. Let's break it down. Think of the card renderer as a universal translator for user interfaces. It takes a JSON payload, essentially a structured set of instructions, and transforms it into a beautiful native UI element that feels right at home in whatever app you're using. No copy-pasting, no rebuilding, just seamless integration. The card renderer does 4 critical things. First, it parses the JSON payload, reading and understanding the data structure. Second, it maps those elements to native UI components. That means buttons become real buttons, images render as actual images, and input fields work like native inputs. Third, it applies host configuration. This is where the magic happens. The renderer pulls in the app's style rules, fonts, colors, spacing, so everything matches perfectly. And fourth, it ensures consistency across every device and platform. Whether you're on desktop, mobile, iOS, or Android, the experience feels cohesive. The card renderer comes with SDKs for multiple platforms: .NET, UWP, and WPF for Windows applications, iOS for Apple devices, Android for Google's ecosystem, and JavaScript for web-based experiences. Let's see this in action. In Microsoft Teams, the renderer automatically adopts Teams' signature colors and fonts. Your card doesn't just work in Teams, it belongs there. In Outlook, the same card adapts to email layouts, looking like it was designed specifically for that inbox experience. Same JSON, different apps, perfect fit, every time. And that's the card renderer, the engine behind adaptive, cross-platform UI experiences. Let's see how all these pieces works together. It's a simple 4-step process. Step 1. Author creates the payload. A developer or bot writes the card in JSON format. For example, a bot creates a meeting reminder with all the details. Step 2. Host receives the payload. The host app, like Teams or Outlook, receives the JSON. It doesn't change anything, just prepares it for rendering. Step 3. Renderer processes. The card renderer converts the JSON into native UI elements and applies the host's specific styles: fonts, colors, spacing. Step 4. User sees the card. The card appears seamlessly in the app. When users click buttons or interact, the host captures and processes those actions. Author creates. Host receives. Renderer transforms. User interacts. 4 steps. one seamless experience. All right, let's wrap this up with a quick summary. We've covered a lot, so here are the key takeaways you need to remember. There are 4 essential components that make adaptive cards work. First, the card author. This is where it all begins. The author defines the content and structure of the card using JSON. Think of them as the architect designing the blueprint. Second, the card host. The host decides where and how the card will be displayed. Whether it's Teams, Outlook, or a mobile app, the host controls the environment. Third, the card renderer. This is the workhorse. It takes that JSON payload and transforms it into a native user interface that looks and feels right at home in the host app. And finally, the payload. This is the JSON definition itself, the bridge that connects the author's intent with the host's rendering capability. It's the universal language they all speak. Thanks for watching. If this helped you understand adaptive cards, hit that like button and subscribe for more tech tutorials. Share this video with anyone who might find it useful. Fellow developers, colleagues, or students. Got questions or topic requests? Drop them in the comments below. Keep learning, keep building, and see you in the next video.